are willing to open up your life and basically be on camera, share a lot of your personal life. How do you balance that? How do you balance privacy with, in fact, allowing the world to see how you live and how you conduct your day-to-day life?
I think at the beginning, I didn't even know what the word privacy really meant. I was very okay with people knowing every detail of my life. As you get a little bit older and you have kids and you realize you do want to value some privacy, I figured out a really good balance of sharing what I want to share. I think, there definitely is oversharing, especially when safety can be a factor and it can, when there's so many eyes on you. I learned firsthand that if you share too much, it could be a little bit dangerous at times, and so I was really cautious, and I move really cautiously now that I have kids, but I still love to be open and honest, and that's who I am, and that's my brand, and there is a way to have both, and to share, but not feel like your whole life has been, or is being used just for social media. You do have to have balance.
Absolutely, I agree. I want to switch and talk about what you and I discussed yesterday, and that is, how do you decide to bring out another product? You have had this amazing franchise going. How do you keep your brand going? And most importantly, when you're bringing out a new product, how involved do you get?
So every product that like if we're just talking beauty and fragrance and shapewear, those are the companies that I own. They're not licensing deals. So I'm involved every step of the way, from the packaging to the logo design to pretty much everything.
That's a lot of detail. So you don't delegate the pieces like a logo design or color to others? Do you actually oversee that? Make
Not
final
like
decisions?
visual. Yeah, the visual aspect of it, I like to oversee it all. Shapewear would be maybe a little bit different, because if we go into retail, there's other people that will do that instead, so I won't handle all of those relationships. But what I've found is every time there's a product that I want to release, it works when it's super authentic to you. If you love something so much, or if you're really good at something. So for me, shapewear, I feel like I've been creating my own shapewear for over a decade. With beauty, I feel like I've got my first makeup lesson when I was 14 years old. And so every time I want to put out a product, I just have to make sure that it's super authentic and really thought out. And I do it every step of the way, from the press box that we deliver, to all the influencers, to the campaign, to the photographer. The look and feel of everything is me.
But it's not just physical world products that you have. You actually rolled out a game, and it's been a digital product that's been going on for, 5 years now?
A little over 5 years now.
And the character seems to follow you, actually. So tell me about that. How involved are you with a computer game, and understanding that most games have a shelf life of about 18 months? You have yours going for about 5 years.
Yeah, so I'm really proud of Kim Kardashian Hollywood. It was really my first tech venture. A tech company approached me in Silicon Valley, and I was actually unsure at first. Do I want to do a video game? How would I make that authentic to me? Because when you think of a celebrity in a video game, you think of more of like a basketball game or something related to sports. So the concept was really cute, and the fact that I would have a really big say in what my character would do and wear, and a lot of it, it's called Kim Kardashian Hollywood, and a lot of it has to do with the clothes that the character is wearing and buying and photo shoots and everything in Hollywood. So I think it's maintained its success due to just being so involved, you know. I think a lot of times, you know, I can't speak for anyone that I personally know, but when you hear of all these deals and these deals that especially celebrities do, they can sometimes just put their name on it.
And forget about it.
Yeah.
And you stay current and you keep it current so that actually the game is a reflection of you, it sounds like. I'm going to switch the topic to a different area now, and that is
Now the pressure, now having that in my head. Well, last night I woke up at midnight being so jet lagged, and my daughter wanted to have a dance party. And so it's 2 in the morning and she's asking me to video her to send it to her best friend to show her her new dance moves. And so she said, "Did you post that? Did you post it?" And just the thought of just, it's really fascinating. I mean, it's obviously, there's so many benefits, and then there's, you know, some negativity as well, but just the fact that social media has evolved so much is fascinating to me, that I could easily post my dance party in the middle of the night. I'm the worst dancer, so you would not want to see this dance party on my phone. But just to know that that's even a possibility really blows my mind sometime. And I am mindful of it.
Yes, and what social media has really done is really flattened the world, right? Geography no longer matters. You can be accessing people in every time zone. So when it's midnight here in Armenia, it's actually daytime in the United States. So the reach of social media is incredibly powerful. And you really have learned, I think, over time to take advantage of that and really use it cautiously.
Numbers person on social media. I have realized that I am really mindful of not getting too worked up over it, because I do understand that's not the healthiest thing, is to worry about likes and engagement that way. I'm a numbers person when it comes to business and launches. I'm always available launch day to be on my Shopify account and seeing what's selling, what's not. Just about all the customers. I'm a numbers person in that way, because I just care so much. I really want to know how a launch is going. I'm very involved that way.
Yesterday when we were together, you talked about a launch in makeup, actually, that didn't go as well as you wanted. Partly you were saying it was because it wasn't really as authentic of what you use. Can you tell us more about that? That's a product that was not as satisfactory to you at launch.
Yeah, so I always like to do analysis of everything that I am launching, and I feel like every launch to me is really emotional. I spend time to think about the concept and the photo shoot, and because my brand is primarily direct-to-consumer, I feel like I have a huge responsibility to come up with the perfect campaign to the perfect product. And so sometimes, you know, the makeup that I wear is very neutral, and I'm kind of known for wearing a nude lip all the time and a more simple eye makeup, or, you know, the very specific colors. I don't really veer off of that. So when I try to do something because I really want to, I think it's fun, and I want to do a bright color, it might not sell as well because it's just not what people see me in all the time. So I am really mindful of that going forward. I don't really get that upset about it. I just move forward. I figure out why it's not working and figure out what really does work and move on.
I'm sure everyone in the audience would like to hear how often do you launch a new product, and how much homework do you do? How much market research do you do, in fact,